we are doing infinite limits and going about it algebraically. Well, basically that means that we're using a table to answer the question. All right, so let's go ahead and go through it. They're giving us a function, g sub x. We got x over the natural log of x minus 2. They want us to select the what? The correct description of the one-sided limits at x equals 3. Okay, so it's always good just to plug it in. So if I plugged it in, I would get 3 over ln of 3 minus 2 is 1. The log or natural log of 1 is both equal to 0, so we get 3 over 0. So we want to know what's happening as we get closer and closer. This usually means that we're approaching infinity asymptotically, but which way are we going from each side? So the key here is just to be careful about which one's which. So I like starting in order. So if we're going from 3 from the negative side, that's going from this direction, the negative direction. And sometimes if you still get confused, this is the x, this is the negative x. So you can kind of see that this is negatives on this side. But all right, anyway, so we are looking at if we have our x values and our g sub x values. So we have to plug these into a calculator. And our first one would be, I would say we're under 3. So that would be like 2.9. And then we'd go 2.99 and 2.999. And usually 3 numbers is good enough to see what the behavior is. We also want to do the other side. So looking at 3 from the positive side, we do the same setup. We're looking at the table, x, and g sub x, what happens? And we would look at it from the positive side, so that'd be 3.1, 3.01, 3.001. It's really important to kind of remember that a table is a really good way of analyzing a function if you're not allowed to see the graph, so you can see what's going on with it as it gets closer and closer. Okay, so we got to fill in some values here. All right, so I was just checking what natural log of 1 is. It's 0. All right. Let's do, how would I do this? Let's see. This calculator is not so great, but we'll see if it can handle it. 3 divided by parenthesis, nope. Let's delete. Natural log, parenthesis, 2.9, 2.9 minus 2. Minus 2. And then we're going to end parenthesis. This calculator doesn't like it if you don't end parenthesis. And I got negative 28.47. Negative 28.47. Then you have to do that for each one. Will it let me edit it? Oh, that's too bad. All right, same idea. 3 divided by natural log 2.99 minus 2 in parenthesis equals negative 298. So negative 298. And these keep going, but at this point, we're just looking at the behavior. Well, this is pretty good already. I can see that we're going to where? Negative infinity on this one as we get closer and closer. So let's see what happens on the other side. I think we're pretty good with this one. Nice to have 3, but if you feel okay with 2, that's probably fine. And let's see. All right. We want 3 divided by natural log of 3.1. I'm doing this one over here, minus 2. That gives me 31, about. And then let's try the next one. I have a feeling positive infinity. 3 divided by natural log of 3.01 minus 2 in parentheses. 301. Yep. 301. Where's this one going? Positive infinity. So you just have to take the time to plug in your values into the table, getting closer and closer from each side. The big thing is keeping track of which one's which so you can look at it when you're doing the problem. Negative means you're coming in from the left. Positive means you're coming in from the right. Okay, let's see how we did. All right, they're giving all the positives first. That's fine. So 3 from the positive is positive infinity. So it's one of these two. And 3 from the left is negative infinity. So it looks like this one here. Okay. Next one, same type of exact idea. You plug your values in and then into the table and see what happens from both sides.